This is Dr. G. Sasireka, Associate Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. I'm going to deliver the speech on pinch technology. Pinch technology is a systematic method for energy integration in chemical and process industries. It determines the minimum energy consumption for the maximum energy recovery. It also determines the pinch point for the constrained temperature in heat recovery. The objective of the pinch technology is to achieve the maximum energy recovery by systematic analysis of heat exchangers and utilities. And for minimizing external utilities like heat and cooling requirements, we can achieve the maximum energy recovery. Also, we can reduce operating cost through the efficient energy usage. And for designing optimal heat exchanging network also increases the efficient energy process and to provide the target for efficient energy integration process. Concept of pinch technology. It is an energy integration approach used in the process industries to optimize the use of heat for recovering the maximum energy. So during the analysis, it determines a pinch point. Pinch point is nothing but the minimum temperature difference between the two streams. It is also called energy bottleneck. It identifies the temperature enthalpy profile of the process. So the above pinch is said to be heating, no external cooling. The below pinch, only external cooling should be used, no external heating. And this is the composite curves between the two streams, hot and cold composite curves. In x-axis, the enthalpy will be calculated on temperature with reference to the temperature. So the below point always a cooling stream will be passed and the above it is hot utility will be passed. So during the transfer of these two streams in a heat exchanger, the cooling stream, that is the blue color line, it's a cooling stream. It gets the heat is absorbed from the hot streams. So the heat is transferred. In all process, the heat is transferred between the hot and cold streams. The cooling line will absorb the heat and the hot stream will get reduced the heat from the cold utilities. So the delta T minimum is called the pinch point. That is the minimum temperature difference between the 2 points. And for designing the heat exchanging network, we can achieve the maximum energy recovery. So here the two cold streams are passed and two hot streams are passed. The cooling streams are passed from 30 degree to 135 degree Celsius and hot streams are passed from 180 degree to 60. So the cooling stream is gradually increased the temperature level and the hot stream is gradually decreased the temperature by the transfer of heat to the cooling process. So at one point, the difference of temperature between the cooling and hot streams will be get closer, and this is called pinch point. In pinch methodology, so these are all the data how the pinch can be achieved. Pinch is nothing but the wastage of heat can be recycled through all the process in process industries and chemical industries. So first of all, the data is to be collected for the hot and cold streams like inlet and outlet temperature, heat capacity, mass flow rates. So these are all the data should be collected before going to start the process. And next, the curve should be drawn between the two streams, hot composite curves and cold composite curves. And after plotting the composite curves, we can identify the pinch point, that is the minimum temperature difference between the two streams. So it also dictating the minimum amount of external heating and cooling utilities required. An energy target and design. After plotting this pinch point, we can target the energy for maximum energy recovery and minimum energy consumption. So for designing heat exchanging network and targeting various unit shell and tube heat exchangers area, we can reduce the cost and we can also increase the energy efficient process. And targeting is the main thing in a pinch technology. It is a pre-design analysis to set the performance goals for a heat exchanging network. In targeting, there are different types of targeting. First is energy targeting. It determines the absolute minimum energy requirement between the two streams for the process. And area targeting tells about the minimum heat transfer area required for the heat exchanging network. It determines the enthalpy interval and the heat transfer area. And in shell targeting, it estimates the minimum number of heat exchanger shells needed in the shell and tube heat exchanger. It also considers about the capital cost, that is reducing the capital cost. Significance of pinch is it identifies the pinch point which establishes the minimum energy target for maximum energy recovery, and it also reduces the cost by reducing the external utility. We can save the cost. It also achieve the sustainable development. So by energy and resource optimization through pinch analysis, it contributes to environmental protection by reducing waste and emission, and also it achieves the sustainable development goals. And process optimization provides comprehensive systematic approach to process design for selecting the optimal heat exchanging network. Applications of pinch technology. So this pinch will be used in chemical and oil industries in the response of energy crisis for major chemical engineering plants. In paper mills, it is used to analyze a design heat recovery network for process like coated paper machines, recovery energy from the hot exhaust air to supply air and process water. And also it is applied in steel plants to optimize the selection and placement of heat transfer equipment in steel plants to improve the energy efficiency and water and hydrogen network. The principle of pinch analysis have been extended to design the network for water and hydrogen. It enables the rational utilization and efficient improvement of these resources. And other applications used in sugar factories for diagnosing and revamping existing energy system to improve their performance. And, thank you.